Everybody's working for the weekend. Hey, so a big topic that's going on in the office and in the real estate market right now is what do we do as agents to help keep buyers motivated? We've got rising interest rates, we've got prices falling, we've got all kinds of different things in certain areas. And that's the number one thing that we're focusing on right now is how to eloquently and accurately give our clients information that allow them to be in the best position. First and foremost, you have to know the information. There's a whole training on how to read the market and how to use the tools that we have here in San Diego to understand what's going on and give them accurate and reliable information. But there also needs to be a strategy of what's going on. If you're a buyer in this market, what's the right play? And agents, be very, 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 very careful. I know that some agents are scared because a lot of their buyers are saying, I'm holding off. And unfortunately, we're in a commission-only business. Now, if you haven't been prepping for this market shift in the form of putting lots of money away and saving, I understand that type of pressure. When I started my business years ago, I didn't do those things, and it can be pressuresome. But have no fear. Good things are coming, and you just need to position yourself in a place to capitalize on what's going on. So first and foremost, here's a couple things on how to keep buyers motivated. One, do not go on social media and post about how interest rates are still historically low, talking about in the late 1980s, interest rates were at 19%, and that, you should still be excited about an 8% interest rate because the properties back then were like 125,000. You were paying 19% on 100K, which is a lot less than 8% on $1 million. So one, scrap this crap about why today is the perfect time to buy, because realistically, it's only a great time to buy if you find a desperate seller that's willing to sell to you at prices from last year because they're nervous. So one, be honest with them. Be really, really honest with them, even though it probably means you're not getting a commission check for a little while. It's your responsibility and duty to think of other people first. It's literally your fiduciary duty. I won't harp on that too much. I'm going to tell you a story that'll illustrate the point. So back in 2016, I was working at a company called Boomtown, or was it 2015? 2015-ish, I was working at Boomtown, and Boomtown was a very prestigious, luxurious product. They never did discounts. All the other competitors did discounts, and they needed to hit some numbers to finish the year strong. So for the first time in company history, they gave all the sales reps, myself included, I was the senior sales executive, they gave us all the ability to discount the product by 50%. It was a big deal because the product was $1,500 a month with no leads included. It was worth it, every penny, and they had never given discounts. So the sales reps were super, super excited. And we used to get paid on the amount of the sale. So if I sold a website for $1,500 a month on a 12-month contract, I got 3% of the total contract value. So every dollar that came in, I got 3%. What most sales reps did is they went out and they played the drop-down game, where they were like, hey, I'll let you buy, and guess what? I can do a discount of $250 for you. You're special. You get $250. And then they'd say no to $250 and say, well, what if I go to a manager and get, $500 off or $600 off? If I can do that, would you sign up? And they played that game where they weren't being completely brutally honest with people. And, hey, it's sales, no judgment, no labels. But one, it didn't fit with me. But I realized that was a bad strategy because the whole time you're just trying to limit information from people. You're trying to, hold something tight to you. Your focus is on you, not the client. Meaning, if that client would benefit from the product, why am I going to let my commission get in the way? So everybody else played this strategy. Every single one else. Me, I went a completely different strategy. Instead, what I did is I called up everybody and I told them flat out, listen, here's the deal. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to do what everybody else is. I'm not going to try to make more money off you. Today, this month, and this month alone, I have the ability to discount this product 50%. I can literally give it to you for $750 a month for the entire year. But just as I'm being completely honest with you about the fact that I can go all the way down to $750, and I'm just going to sell it to you for the cheapest that I can because I know it will benefit you, and I don't care on how much I get paid. I just want you to win. And by the way, if I give you this really awesome discount, I still make some money too. With that being said, on December 31st at 11:59, I am no longer going to be able to give you that discount. So if you call me on January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Josh, I'm sorry, I got into a car accident, whatever it is, whatever excuse it is, I will have zero power. If you'd like to sign up right now, great. If you need to think about it, that's great. You got 31 days and 6 hours to think about it. And I built this pipeline. And all month, everybody else was selling deals, selling deals, selling deals, selling deals, selling deals. And at the end of the month, they all had around 7, 12, 15 sales. Everybody was making fun of me right around December 27th. Not like in a harsh way, like blah, 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 like attacking, but they were, well, that plan failed, Pono. That plan failed, Pono. But did it? Right around the 27th, every single call. Hey, are you ready to get going? Boom, people started coming in. On December 30th and December 31st, I was working till 10, 11 o'clock at night. December 31st, I still remember it. I was working in my garage with my laptop, drinking beers with my family, celebrating the new year, clocking dough. And what happened was I had like 19 sales in the last 2 days. I was the number one sales rep of the month. I set a record, and I literally just drove all of those sales in, and it was so incredible because everybody started celebrating, even the number one top producer. Gabe, you know I'm talking to you. I still love you. You're an incredible person, and you were resting on your laurels. Got Pono. You were 7, 8, 9, 10 sales ahead of me. You knew it was done, and then the lights went out. Bing, ding, ding, ding. In fact, all day, all night, every single day, I had built a pipeline by being honest and looking out for people, and I ended up closing, again, a record-setting month, absolutely crush it. So, Josh, how does this apply to me? When buyers are talking to me and they're saying, Josh, I'm gonna wait, I don't try to convince them to stop what they're doing. I don't try to convince them not to wait. I don't try to use some data and say, well, actually, it's a really good time because there's some discounts. What I do is I lean into the call and I'm honest with them. I say, you know what? Fantastic idea. In fact, if I was buying my primary residence right now, I would be doing the same exact thing because there are deals coming and they're coming soon. Okay? The advice that every savvy buyer should be using right now is stay motivated. Get your updated pre-approval. Get fully underwritten, meaning you can write the offer as good as cash because you can remove the loan contingency. The sellers right now, the ones that are desperate to get out, they're looking for a qualified buyer, one that can close, one that doesn't have a loan contingency, one that's had a conversation with their lender recently, and the agents are looking for it too. And the prices that you'll be offering will be below market value, so there's zero reason why you have to fret an appraisal issue. Okay, you still go out, you stay in tune with the market, you stay engaged with the properties, you keep searching, you keep your radar up. And when you see a property that fits, you go there and you write an offer that's very aggressive. And you let your agent hammer the other agent with data and facts and information to get them to drop the price. The second thing you do is you take some of that discount, some of those credits, and you have the seller do a 2-to-1 buy down program. Okay, what that means is the seller takes about $20,000 to $30,000 and they give it to the lender at the close of escrow, and the lender can reduce your interest rate by 2% for year one. So year one, if you qualify for a 7.5% interest rate today, year one, you're only paying 5.5%, which is like an $800 to $900 savings throughout the entire year. Year two, you're getting a 1% discount, so it'll be at 6.5%, and you're getting like a $400 to $500 a month saving on all interest, right? Year three, you go back to paying the initial interest rate that is locked in for the additional 28 years. However, right now, Everything is going up because they're hedging inflation. The mortgage market is in shambles right now. They're firing people. They're closing down banks. They're all waiting and just holding on until the rates drop. The rates have to drop because 70% of the mortgage market dried up. Nobody's refinancing when they have a 2.875% interest rate and the new one is 5, 6, 7, 8%, depending on your credit and what you're doing. So if they don't stop that, the same way if they don't stop inflation, there's going to be major issues in the housing market, which we know based on history, the government is going to do everything they can to curb it a little bit, but then let it come back around. So if you get a 2-to-1 buy down from the seller, there's a 90+% chance you're going to be able to refinance in those next 2 years to get into a 4.5, 5, low 5 interest rate. You'll get a discount on the property by finding the motivated or desperate sellers. You'll get them to pay for a discounted interest rate to allow you to pay last year's prices and get really good interest rates. And when the market comes back around with the interest rates, you'll be able to refi and you won't have missed a beat. This is the strategy that buyers should be taking in this market. And as an agent, explain the strategy and just simply tell them, great, wait, the best deals are coming in the next 2 to 6 months. Okay, thus keeping them in your pipeline, keeping them on the savvy investment buyer strategy, being honest with them. And every time the interest rates go up, every time the prices start to shake or falter, instead of having to call up a buyer or hide from your buyer because they said, I'm going to wait, and they said, we're going to wait for rates to come down, which is not a great thing. But every time the rates go up, you now got to either hide from them because, well, no need to talk to them. You let them go off and disengage and not focus on how to get a deal. You were nervous to talk to them, and so you couldn't act. Now all of a sudden the rates go up and you're like, shoot, can't call Jane. Jane's going to be waiting. What's the point? Now on the flip side, every time rates go up, I got 7 or 8 clients and I'm like, guess what? It's happening. It's happening. The rates are going up. The 2-to-1 buy down program is coming through and they're dropping prices. Stay engaged. Stay engaged. It's coming. Okay. This is a strategy, just like the Boomtown strategy, of build your pipeline by being honest with people, letting them have the necessity of waiting, and keeping them focused on the best way to buy. Okay? This is working like clockwork because it's caring about your client, it's educating them, it's showing them the data that they need, and it's providing a solution of how do they get the best home for the best price with the best rate at the perfect time. We do have opportunities coming. If you guys are interested in more information on how to lay this out in your business or how to grow this, or if you're a buyer and you're wondering how this strategy works, call us. We're an educational-based real estate company. The training, the strategies we're doing here are truly different. Come sit around. Come check it out. Be well. Catch up with you guys soon. And stick in there because everybody's working for the... I'm sorry. I won't do it anymore, I promise.